What up, my nerds? I'm the Crazy Maker Nerd.
That's me.
Welcome to this brand new revamped channel. Now, I've been a fan of Miniac's channel for a very long time. Many of you probably are too, but I didn't really have a reason to buy
The Duchess.
because I've only just started painting small wargaming miniatures. But what if we make it a terrain piece?
Firstly, I removed any sprues using some snips. Then, to remove any mould lines, I use an X-Acto blade. I just rub the blade down the mould lines to remove any excess. I then use a mould removal tool to smooth these areas down. You can also use a nail file from somewhere like Poundland or Dollar Tree. For gluing the model together, I used super glue. If you're clumsy like me and an absolute idiot from time to time, well, most of the time, then you're going to want to remove any excess super glue. To do this, just use a piece of tissue wrapped up into a corner and then dab it lightly on the area. For filling all the gaps, we're going to use Vallejo plastic putty, which is an absolute godsend. We simply apply the putty using the nozzle of the tube and then using a wet paintbrush smooth the areas down.
It was at this point I started to think about the base of the miniature. I wanted her to stand in a time gone by wishing pond. So I drew up a plan using Microsoft Word, then I cut it out and attached it to XPS foam. Unfortunately, I used Mod Podge. Now, in retrospect, this wasn't a good idea. It caused the template to curl up and deform slightly. In future, I would use a glue stick or a hot glue gun.
Then I used the Proxen hot wire cutter to follow all the guidelines I'd placed on the foam. Alternatively, you could use a craft knife. I also decided to cut the main stairs in half so that I could actually fit them under the Proxen sideways. This allowed me to cut the stairs in a nice even fashion. Then using my, let's call it, engineer's intuition, definitely not bodging, I cut down the rest of the components to approximate sizes. As I wanted the stairs to be realistic heights for the miniatures I play, I measured between the knee and the bottom of the foot using some calipers. This was quickly marked onto the side of the stairs, then, using a 32mm base, I marked the ends of each step, allowing each step to be played in-game. Cutting the steps using the Proxen made it a bit jaggedy. So, when I decided to cut the wall, I ended up using the Woodland Scenics hot wire cutter instead. I found this a lot easier to manoeuvre around the large piece of terrain, so I ended up revisiting the stairs themselves using the same method. I then used nothing more than a pencil to mark out the brickwork. This can be done if you've got the black European XPS foam, but I have heard that the American and Canadian stuff is different. For this, they recommend you use a knife and then a heat gun, or you can get a hot knife hot wire cutter like this blue one that I'm showing here. For the base, I used a 12-inch square of fiberboard. These can be picked up quite cheaply in a multi-pack online. As I wanted the pond to be in front of a road, I decided to use milliput, a plain rolling pin, and a cobblestone rolling pin from Green Stuff World. I would highly recommend these rolling pins, and I'm not even sponsored, they're just that good. If you're unfamiliar with milliput, it comes in two colours, an off yellow and a brown. When you mix the two together, over time the two solidify into one mass. Unfortunately, it can be quite sticky, so a way of getting around this is to put baby talcum powder on top and rub it into the milliput. Then, using the plain roller, you flatten the surface down. Sometimes the milliput can lift, and to overcome this you just rub some more talcum powder in, and then you apply the texture using the cobblestone roller. I then cut out a space for the Duchess to sit in, and attach the rim of the pond using hot glue. Then, using the remaining milliput, I sculpted the missing bricks in between all the joins. I can recommend wetting your finger for this and smoothing down the milliput by hand. The tool I'm using in between is a metal Citadel tool, but all sculpting tools are quite similar, so you can use any one that you like. For attaching the stairs to the base, I once again used hot glue, and there we go, we have a structure. To imitate rocks mixed in with gravel, I've got a homemade mixture. Get yourself the nastiest coffee and tea possible, mix the two together and maybe throw in some sand. Then just drip super glue all over it. It might cause a little bit of smoke and melt a tiny bit of the foam, but it'll be fine. Now, as a terrain builder, I don't tend to throw anything away, so every time I use sculptor mold, I always make a little rock, or if I use foam, I do the same. So I went over all the rocks that I already have ready and decided which one would fit best. Then I just hot glue the piece down. To make the rough terrain, I use sculptor mold mixed with water. Now the key that I found with sculptor mold is to wear gloves and to keep one glove dry at all times. This is so you can add more sculptor mold to your mixture without solidifying the rest of the bag from a wet hand. Sculptor mold is kind of like really weird stuff. It's like a big ball of wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. Well, more like tuna mayo really. You just kind of like plop it onto the surface and then rub it around until it's the right shape that you want, adding more water to smooth it down near the end. As the story behind my piece was that the Duchess was locked underneath this statue, I needed to create a trap door. For this, I used a plank of balsa wood and some coffee stirrers. The balsa wood was cut using a craft knife, and the coffee stirrers were cut using some snips. The parts were then tacked down using tacky glue and then super glue. I then constructed some latches using green stuff and filled in all the gaps on the trapdoor. The metal parts were then textured using Vallejo rust texture. The entire piece was then covered in a mixture of Mod Podge matte and black craft paint. This is a technique I've picked up from Black Magic Craft on YouTube. Go check his channel out, it's freaking awesome. This is when I had to venture into the garage, which is rather cold at the moment. I sprayed most of the parts in matte black, then I used a mixture of Wilco Grey Primer and Citadel Grey Sear. The Duchess was sprayed gold using Retributor Armour by Citadel. Once dry, brown and black craft paint were mixed together on a palette in varying shades. This was used to paint the mud at the back of the pond using the cheapest brush money could buy. Vallejo texture paste was then added to the mix and applied to any areas that we didn't want grass flocking. On the final piece, these areas would be exposed mud. The rock was then covered in Army Painter's Strong Tone. The stairs in the pond were covered in Citadel Colour Contrast Griff Charger Grey, and the road was covered in Citadel Colour Contrast Agros Dunes. The trapdoor was painted in gold and silver. Further rust texture was then applied, followed by Dirty Down Rust, whilst the gold sections are painted in Citadel Technical Nigla Oxide. Rotten wood was also imitated using Army Painter Dark Tone. Everything was then dry brushed in browns, greys and creams to bring out the high points. To make it feel like the grey from the statue was leaching out, individual stones were then picked out and painted grey. Next was imitation dampness, moss and lichen. For damp areas, Citadel Shade Aphonian Camo Shade was used along with Vallejo Slimy Grime Dark. And for moss and lichen, we used Vallejo's Moss and Lichen.
At this point, I let it dry overnight and went to then record some more footage the next day. Unfortunately, I was also emptying the SD cards, so we're onto webcams for a little bit. Sorry about that.
After some brief touch-ups, I moved on to applying Mod Podge and then Citadel Dead Grass through a static grass applicator. This was to imitate the grass dying the closer to the statue that it was. I then used World War Scenic's Wild Meadow with some more Mod Podge around the rest of the base. This was to look like the grass which was still alive. Once that was complete, I also added some autumn bushes around the edge of the statue to appear as if they have all died as well. I moved on to applying some vines using a mixture of PVA, Mod Podge and superglue. Next I used a metal sculpting tool to create a small pit and then apply a bush using superglue. Across the entire base I scattered small leaves from Green Stuff World. I then tidied up the ones I didn't want with a vacuum cleaner. Additional dead grass was added to the back of the statue, and some flowers are placed at the absolute edge of the base. Whilst all of that was drying, I moved back to painting the Duchess. Firstly, I covered the entire model in a verdigris effect, trying to emphasise where natural corrosion would occur. I then covered most of the model in crackle medium and chipping medium. Whilst the Duchess dried, I flipped back to working on the base. Firstly, I used a mixture of non-oil and Agrax Earthshade to highlight all of those crispy details. I also added some more camo shade to try and bring out some damp areas on the base. Flipping back to the Duchess again, I started to paint her as if she was a painted statue. This involved using lots of very flat colours in large chunks of the model. I didn't want to go into too much detail because I knew I'd be chipping most of this off. Whilst the paint was drying, I decided to add a large amount of coins to the bottom of the wishing pond. This involved cutting lots of circular profile plastic styrene into tiny little discs. I then used super glue to stick them to the bottom of the pond. Whilst waiting for the super glue to dry, I swapped back to the Duchess again and wetted the entire model, and then used a metal scraping tool to remove some of the paintwork so it looked like it had crumbled off over time. And then did some fancy edge highlights, and decided to super glue the Duchess to her base. I also added a red gemstone to her belt buckle for a bit of glitz and glam to the statue. As every self-respecting nerd should be, I've recently been rather addicted to the Witcher series, so I decided to add a little sign that said, "Toss a coin to your Duchess." For this I went onto CAD, drew something up quickly, and then put it onto my Anycubic Photon overnight. After a quick spray with Retributor armour and some slight weathering, the plaque was complete and attached. I then used Green Stuff World's UV Resin Clear mixed with a little bit of blood for the Blood God from Citadel. This made some awesome red liquid which looked just like blood for the wishing pond. And just like that, it was complete.
Thank you for joining me on this journey in my brand new video. I'm hoping to do a video at least once a month, so make sure to hit that subscribe and bell icon down the bottom below. Also, follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all the social media. I try to stream at least 3 times a week on Twitch on my evenings off, so please feel free to pop in and have a natter. I may even be filming the next video for YouTube. See you later, my nerds.